Hello and welcome to Alicia's Creative Paradise. This is Alicia. This is part 2 of the soft spine process video, and I have some things ready to go and to get started, and I'll explain everything to you. And so, as you know, I was using some of the paper pad from Authentique, the Meadow. It's called Meadow. And I did find a 6x6 on Etsy, but that's all I could find. And just keep in mind, you can use any paper pad that you want with this. It doesn't have to be this one. So maybe use an older paper pad and follow along. And so, alright, so I have some things cut out, and the part of the journal started, the cover started. So these are the pieces of ephemera that I've cut out and got ready to go. And I haven't decided exactly what I'm going to be doing on the front just yet. I'll probably save that for last. But here's the pieces. Cute little girl. So I haven't made up my mind exactly what I'll put on the front here. So I was kind of thinking about, you know, just trying to think about what I was going to layer up on the front, and I might even include some lace. So we'll see how that goes later. So what I've gotten done is, let me show you. Now my machine probably wouldn't go through both pieces of cardstock and the paper pad pieces as well. So what I've done is I've sewn the paper pad onto the cardstock first, and then I've glued it on. As you can see, it's very sturdy with Fabri-Tac. I've just used the Fabri-Tac to glue it down, and it's staying, it's not moving. I did sew these inside pieces, I did sew onto the cover first. So these are sewn on to this duck cloth, but these are glued on. I did sew the paper pad to the cardstock before I glued it. So this is what it looks like. And don't worry if you get off just a little bit. There's going to be lace around this. It's going to happen sometimes where it may not be exactly straight or perfect, but as long as it's a little teensy bit, it's not going to matter. So this is what it looks like, and it's an 1.5 inch spine for the 3 signatures. And so let's see if I can. So it's going to kind of look like this with that 1.5 inch, maybe a little bit smaller. And we'll be putting some lace and everything in there. And I did pick out some trim that I'm going to be trying to use on here. I haven't decided on the lace just yet, but I know there will be some lace. So I was thinking about possibly putting this on the outside spine when it's all put together and completed, but it looks like it might be a little bit wide, but I'll decide that after I get the signature sewn in. I may have to find a smaller piece. I do like the way this looks around this frame. It's brown. I like the idea of that going around, but I may choose lace. So it's all determined by when the signatures are in and what it feels like and what it looks like and how much room there is. Alright, so since I got this done, these are the covers for the signature. I've just created these to wrap around my signature papers, and these are 11 by 7.5. Let me just make sure. Yeah. Well, actually, these are 7 3/4 by 11.5. Because this is a 12 by 12 paper pad, these signature covers are 11.5. So if you used an 8.5 by 11 sheet, it probably wouldn't cover, you know, these wouldn't hang off. But since I've cut it at 11.5 in length, it will cover the signature papers. So let me show you that. This is what it looks like. And the papers are cut at they're 11 by 7.5. So 11 by 7.5, which you could use a full sheet of paper with no problems. You would just not cut it on the ends, but you would cut a little bit off you cut an inch off of the width. Okay, here's another one. This is from the paper pad. Here's this one. So these, I don't have enough papers just yet, so what I'm going to do is bulk it up by choosing some other paper to put in. So this is what we have so far. Okay. So what I want to do, I got this at Dollar Tree. It's just a little journal, and what I do is pull out these pages. And I believe I cut these at 7.5 by 5.5. Just the same size as all the sheets. And then I also got some new paper at the grocery store. This is craft paper. I saw this in the school supply section. This is actually a really nice feeling paper. You can make envelopes out of these. You can collage on top of this. There's many uses for this paper. I really liked it when I saw it. So I got a pad of it, and I'm going to be putting this inside the journal. So I've got some already pulled out. Okay. So same size. It's going to be 11 by 7.5. So I'm going to cut these that size. And I'm cutting 2 at a time to save time. I think I'm going to put 2 of these in each signature. Here's 2, and here's 2. Okay, so put these in here. I'm going to just cut these at 5.5. I'm not going to open it all the way up. And 7.5. And if you have a corner rounder and you want these to be rounded still, you just, you know, use your corner rounder. But I think I'm going to leave it like it is to go with these pages. These are rounded, but I might go ahead and round them because I like the way it looks. But I have these signature covers rounded, so it might be okay. Alright, so I'm thinking about putting 2 of these each in the signatures as well. And I want to show you some things that I created to go along with this. I feel like, you know, having a heavy cardstock from the paper pad as one of the pages is really thick. So this would be a very bulky, thick journal if I used the paper pad as pages. So I wanted to create something to add along with it that kind of, I thought, matched the theme. And so one other thing I want to tell you before I show you those is I was looking at buttons. If you have a button stash, you can go through them and, you know, find out what you want to use as a closure. These are just some buttons that I've pulled out that I thought might look good. And this is how I do it. I just put them on here and see what looks good to me, what I like. And I like this pop of red, so I think I might choose this one. So I'm going to keep this one out. So I just wanted to show you that real quick. Okay. Oh, here's one more. This one doesn't match, but it's a vintage button. It's really cute. Alright, so I'm going to put that to the side. And I just made some ephemera cards, and I went through and I found some free photos and images that would go with this Holland Dutch type of theme. And so I'm thinking about making these available. Let me know what you think. I can put them in my Etsy for a reasonable amount, and you can actually print these off and make little tags, little tuck spots. And I just thought this was really pretty. There's some tulips. Here's some vintage looking tulips. All tulips and the little Dutch clogs. And these right here, these little patterns. You can actually use these for just making a tag with them and collaging on top of them, or making them just as they are and tuck spot. I also found these, which I thought were really pretty, and they're just all images of Dutch and Holland places there and people. They're vintage. I love this quilt here. It's really pretty. And I don't know if I'll use all of these, but I went ahead and added them in case I wanted to. Here's a pattern that I found, and it's printed on coffee dyed paper, and what I wanted to do is make an envelope out of this, so I'll probably make an envelope with that. Here's some retro looking kaleidoscope type images that have the same color scheme, and I thought about just cutting these into tags and pockets and things. There's that. Alright, so I'll be cutting these out and getting them ready to go, and I might sew around them, put some lace on them, punch a hole, and just see how it goes with those. Alright, and so if you have any questions or comments, let me know down below. I wanted to get this going, so I'm going to be posting a video maybe every other day or so to get this going. And the next video I'm going to be sewing in the signatures. And the only other thing I'll do to the cover is I'll probably, I might put some lace in here, and then I'm going to sew in my signatures, and then I'm probably going to pick out buttons to put over here on the edge. I might. So I'm going to think about that and put it together in my head and figure out how I want to do that. So I do believe with the addition of the writing paper and the craft paper, I probably should have enough bulk, because when it gets decorated, it'll be thicker. So just wanted to show you that if you're following along, show you how far I've gotten on this. And thank you so much for watching and all of the support. And I did put templates in my Etsy shop for the previous process video, and I noticed that there's been a lot of you that were purchasing those, and I really appreciate that. I'm just excited that you're following along with me. I think it's wonderful. Thank you so much, and I will be back in a day or so with the next step in putting this soft spine journal together. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.